You'll believe a man can fly. This story happened 2 months ago in Louisiana. I moved from there all the way to New York City. Just to let you know, I am pretty much 25 and have just not been able to be finished with college. And this kid I used to know, let's call him Mikey. Mikey used to be there. The weird kid, I guess you could say. Mainly because this guy believed things that a freaking 3-year-old would believe. Mainly about Superman. Superman was pretty much the stuff back then. And, well, still is today. I gotta say, he's made a long way since 1938. And pretty much one of the coolest superheroes of all time, hands down. But besides that, this dude Mikey really believed he can fly like Superman. Most of the time, when we were 5 years old, he would jump off the bed and be thinking he was flying. I mean, of course he would think that. He's 5. It's usually a normal kid thing. But it got really concerning when he became 16 and still believed he could fly. It got really weird, and then things started to really get freaky. When he literally showed up at the school dressed like Superman. But that wasn't the weird part. The weird part is, this guy was really believing he could literally throw a girl out the window and catch her. Like from the first movie in 1978, where Superman caught Lois from falling off of a building. He really believed he can do it and catch a helicopter at the same time. I didn't believe Mikey, and I just thought he was really just making jokes. One day, I realized he wasn't joking. One day, he actually did it. I mean, not with the girl or with a helicopter, but he saw a cat. He saw a cat on this big long tree. This cat got stuck and ran from its owner because it did not want to take a bath. So Mikey, being the weird kid that he was, and also being brave, he thought he could literally fly and save the cat. Now, believe me when I say that Mikey literally went up a building right next to the cat. Not a big one, but tall enough for you to literally fall and die. Mike went on the very top, and he decided he was going to jump off. This kid, I tell you, this kid was just, I don't know. He really believed he could fly. Well, that's not what the news said. The news pretty much just let us know that Mikey had jumped and thought he was flying, but he wasn't. He was falling. The next day, we informed that Mikey had committed suicide, and he had fell off a 15-story building, and he had broke his head. All of us were just like, we just really didn't even know what to say. Mikey, he really believed he could fly. I didn't know if that kid had mental problems. I didn't exactly know what was wrong with him. But whatever was, I hope it really isn't exactly true that people really believe that they can fly and just jump off of buildings and stuff. It's a little bit weird. All I can say is, rest in peace, Mikey. And for anyone who really believes you could fly, don't try this. Way too dangerous, and it's not exactly worth putting your life at risk. The Quiet Kid. This story happened only a few years ago in high school. Let me tell you, I'm pretty much a very nerdy kid and didn't talk as much. I didn't have many friends, and to be honest with you, I kind of really didn't have any at all. Not until a couple months into the year that I got a couple of friends. 2 acts, actually. And, well, they're pretty nice and I guess you can say pretty cool. I was mainly into Nintendo and not really into the whole PlayStation or Xbox thing. I guess you can really call me that I really was a nerd, and I guess you can just spam it up. Later on into the year, there was this quiet kid, and well, he pretty much walked up to me and said he wanted to be best buddies. And I was so happy that I actually ended up saying yes, mainly because I don't really have friends like I said earlier. And I actually do have 2, and it was nice to have an extra friend. This kid, let's call him Alex. Alex was pretty much cool, and I guess you could say he was the average nerdy kid. Or so I thought. Later on, I didn't know if there was something wrong with Alex. I'm not sure if I really got the full details in. Someone only told me this story, and, well, I really don't know. Someone told me that something weird was going on with Alex. Like, really weird. Alex had made some type of note saying he was going to shoot up the school and have me involved. He said shooting me 44 times and etc. etc. I will admit, this really did terrify me, mainly because this was so unlike Alex. This was creepy to see the dark side of him, because he was such a nice kid and so quiet. To see this, it was unsettling. I pretty much reported him to the principal, in just sheer panic. The principal found the notes and took this to the absolute serious. He told me he would talk to Alex and figure out what the heck was going on. I left the principal's office and just rushing back to the class, literally as Alex gets into the room. Alex must have noticed that I was on edge, because he went up to me and asked, are you okay? With a shaky voice, I say, yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. Alex can definitely tell that I wasn't, but just dropped it. 2 minutes later, Alex was called to the principal's office. Alex got up and looked at me with a confused look, and then gave me a different look as he knew I was the reason for it. He went over there, and well, the principal told him about everything. Next thing I knew, Alex, he was expelled. I never saw him after that, mainly because I tried to stay far away from him every time he tried to talk. Whenever he tried to talk, he wanted to become friends again, but I said no. I never saw him again after that. Creepy Alex guy said he wanted to show up the school and shoot up me. Let's never meet again.